Hi guys, I'm Caitlin, and this is my acne story video and skincare routine thing, because I just went to my dermatologist today to talk to my doctor about what I'm going to do as far as my face. And I've been inspired to do this video for a lot of reasons, and one being because of Miss Glamorazzi and Nikki Philippi, who recently did videos about like not wearing makeup and just about loving their skin. And so I was going to start by telling you guys a little bit about my face and my journey so far. I started having acne around the age of 13, and it wasn't so bad. It was just regular pimples. It was very, very mild, and then once I reached my freshman year of high school, I started to experience scarring, and that's when my acne began to get more severe. And I went on several different topical gels, and I've taken a few antibiotics throughout the year and throughout the time, but I've never really stuck to one simply because my parents didn't like the idea of an antibiotic. And so mostly it was topical treatments, and those kind of worked off and on throughout the years. And then when I turned 16, my dermatologist, she decided that it would be best for me to go on a form of birth control to help with my acne. And so I was on that for, I'd say, about 6 months, and it was doing wonders for my skin. It was all going really well, and then I started to get really serious migraines to the point where I couldn't drive. I can't do anything, and no amount of Advil or Tylenol or anything would make it go away. And eventually the side effects ended up making it worth it to stop that particular form of birth control. And I was off that for a long time, and then recently I tried low estrogen 24, and pretty much that's when this happened, because when I went off of the first birth control I was on, my skin stayed clear, and so it was really nice. And then when I decided to go on birth control again, this happened, and it is acne that I've never experienced since ever. It's the worst I think my skin has ever been. It's all red, and I'm not sure what kind of acne you could even call it, if it's like cystic, or I just am completely in shock of what has happened because of that birth control. And it's been really emotionally draining, and it's just been really depressing and difficult because my skin had been doing so well, and now to see it at the absolute worst it's ever been after 5 years of having acne. And it especially sucks because next week is my high school graduation, and about a week and a half ago I switched to a new birth control, which has improved my skin, but not significantly. And my dermatologist is incredibly busy, and so I had to book my appointment a month in advance, and that was before any of this had ever started happening. And I was just going to go in there to get a topical treatment, but it ended up being a lot bigger of a deal, and I'm especially glad that I had that appointment now, because if I hadn't, I would still be on the waiting list for 2 more weeks. So I went to my dermatologist, and ever since I started seeing her, we discussed the idea of Accutane, but I've never wanted to take it, mostly because my parents are pretty strict about antibiotics and stuff like that, and obviously if they weren't going to go for antibiotics, they were going to go for Accutane. But now I'm 18, and so I've been discussing the possibility, but because it's May, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to go on it now, because of the severe sun exposure could have really bad side effects like eczema and could ultimately end up damaging my skin more than it does for like doing good. So what she decided to do was that she prescribed me 4 different treatments, and in 2 months, late July, I'm going to go back in for a dermatologist appointment, and we're going to see if my skin has gotten better and assess if I would like to start taking Accutane or if what I am on is doing the trick. So the first thing that she prescribed me is an antibiotic, and it is Bactrim DS, and I'm going to be on that. I take that twice a day, so for 2 months, and then she prescribed me for graduation, she prescribed me Prednisone, which is a type of steroid that basically reduces all inflammation, and I'm only going to be on that for 5 days, and basically on this coming up Saturday, I'll take 5 pills in the morning. On Sunday, I'll be taking 4. Monday, I'll be taking 3 until I taper down to 0, which will be just in time for graduation and supposedly will clear a lot of this up, but it is only a temporary fix because being on prednisone for long periods of time can end up breaking you out. But she says that after the 5 days my skin should be clear, and hopefully it'll help the other products work better too. So I'm really hoping that my skin is cleared by graduation. But as far as topical treatments, she prescribed me 2 different gels, and one, I have the box for this one, it's Epiduo, which I have been on before, and so I was a little bit skeptical about going on this because I've been on it before and it just didn't seem to do a whole lot. But then she also got for me this apparently new-ish product. It's called Aczone, and this is basically what the tube looks like. And I've only had all of this medicine for about a day, so I really can't tell you how it's doing. I have today, after I picked up my prescription, I got home and I washed my face and I put on Aczone, but I haven't done Epiduo yet. I'll probably do that one later on tonight. And basically, that is what she prescribed, and I've read a lot of good things about Aczone, so I'm hoping that in conjunction with Epiduo and Bactrim and Prednisone, hopefully this will all clear up relatively soon, and I won't have to take Accutane because it is a last resort because of the serious side effects that Accutane can have. And as far as other things I do to keep my skin hopefully under control, is I do oil-free acne wash by Neutrogena, and it's got 2% salicylic acid in it. And then also I do Neutrogena Healthy Defense Daily Moisturizer with sunscreen, and it's oil-free. And then for makeup, I am really, really, really cheap, and I do not like spending a lot of money on like powders and foundation, and this used to definitely be enough to cover my face completely, but obviously now with this kind of breakout, it's only light coverage. It doesn't cover up like nearly as much of this as I would like, so I may be switching powders. But I also hate liquid foundation. Like, I don't understand how people can wear it. It just bothers me so much. But the powder that I currently use and have been using for, I'd say about a year now, is the e.l.f. powder in light beige, and it's seriously $1, and it's got 2% salicylic acid in it, and I really, 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 really love this powder. But I may have to switch up to something a little bit more full coverage. But when my skin was good, and I like this ever since before these past few weeks, and I only had like maybe 3 or 4 active pimples at a time, it seriously covered my entire face, and my skin looked like glowy. And so yeah, I'll be starting these products today, and I will try to continue to update you on what my skin is doing, and hopefully this will also be helpful for me in deciding what I should be doing in 2 months as far as Accutane. So thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.